I'm back. Is this thing on? Gotta make sure there's no little hairs sticking out, no gray hairs on my nose, and make sure my lips are silk, are silky. We like this, don't we? Looks good, doesn't it? It's a mirror. It's not just for show. It's a mirror. Stay tuned. Stay tuned to the end or check out the description from where I got this from. A beautiful, beautiful piece of art right here. You love it, don't you? I know I do. I can see my lips up close and personal. Enough with the shady intro. Let's begin, shall we? Oh, I just knocked the mic pole. Damn it, it's been a while. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, your one and only host,
The Cosmic Jedi. Welcome back to my channel.
Netflix has finally dropped I'm not saying finally like I was waiting for it, but they've dropped a second trailer for the Avatar Airbender live action series. Woo! Woo indeed. After the M. Night Tobacco nonsense, I'm in neutral. I don't want to have my hopes up. My third eye Omega critique mode is fully activated because I don't want to get my hopes up and then get disappointed. The cast looks awesome. The thing I'm worried about is the bending, the expression of the bending of all the four elements and every actor that's going to be doing the bending, from Aang to everyone else. It looks beautiful. The trailer looks beautiful, but I'm not in the mood to look forward to this. Get my hopes up. I don't even want to have any joy. I don't want to express any joy. Again, I just watched the trailer like, wow, this is a beautiful trailer. But no, you won't fool me this time around. You won't trick me. And if I end up watching it, if it ends up being good and definitely much better, not just a little bit better than the M. Night one, but far, far better than it, then I'm happy. I'm cool. I'll be satisfied. But there's still that little part of me that's like, boy, dude, we got caught bad. Those of us who are Avatar fans got hurt bad. And I'm not looking to repeat that experience twice, especially when you would hear stuff like, oh, it looks better, the graphics looks much cleaner. You can tell that Netflix put more money into it, they pumped money into it. I'm just genuinely not worried about the stunt work for the bending of all the elements. Like at least the animation. Funny, I feel that'd be harder to do because to get the motion right, you have to get someone who's a live body, then trace or study their body motion and then have to redraw that. Maybe because AI is out these days, it'll be easier to replicate what a stunt man or stunt woman is doing on set and just apply the animation or the physical motion onto the rig of your 3D character model and then just spruce it up so it looks cleaner. But there were some things that you could do in animation that you cannot do in live action. So again, it's cool if it's a fantasy thing where we all have it in our heads, like, yeah, it'd be cool to have a live action Avatar. And then when M. Night did it, we're like, dude, someone actually actualized what we're all thinking, feeling, and hoping. I personally didn't want or need to see it. I've been very satisfied with the original Avatar: The Last Airbender. The animation is still prime for me when it comes to storytelling, animation, action, the ups and downs of the individual characters, the collective journey of the characters. Wow, the character arc, the growth, everything is one of my best cartoons I've watched, aside from Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. Dude, my son and I love Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it's not boring for us. Korra, I can only rewatch it like maybe one more time and that's it. But Avatar Aang, I can watch that again and again and again and not get bored or tired or even skip any episodes. Even the fillers, I'd watch them. Avatar Korra was trash though for me. There were some parts I didn't like. Her character, the characterization of her character, if that makes sense, I didn't enjoy and I didn't like. Because when you compare it to Aang, dude, that guy went through a lot. That's a young boy, man. That's a young boy. So when I compare his character arc and the way his character was characterized, again, I hope I'm making sense of that. Is that a proper way to say it? Korra just felt like she was a stubborn cow, and I didn't like the way they depicted her character. Anyway, I hope they do another rendition of her. I wonder if I've heard rumors that, or not rumors, talks that they're working on another animation of the Avatar team, the first one, but in their older years. So I'm looking forward to that. At least it's animation, so there's no worries about who they're gonna cast, because live action stuff, everyone is going to be on edge because you're hoping they get the casting correct, the voicing, the action. And every time they cast particular names, I'm like, dude, that person doesn't look like they can move the way the cartoon version of that character can move. And that's not to say somebody should fit. If it's a slim character in the cartoon, then the person they cast for the person they cast to play the character should be slim. You can get away with those things sometimes, but it's the motion, the movement, and the believability of the bending, that you believe that you are doing this motion and something is coming out of it. On set, you're all doing stuff and you're hoping the VR special effects team will apply it correctly, but you have to be in it. You have to believe you're bending, your blood bending, you're twisting your body a particular way. How would you move water? How would you move someone's blood in their body? How would your face contort? How would your arms, your fingers, everything, all those, how would you express? And if you're moving earth as well, would you ground? Because the original animation had this phases they went through where how would your body move if you're bending metal and earth, and then how would you move if you're doing air and water and fire? Oh, dude, I'm just neutral right now. I know my third eye is on high alert for critique mode, like fully maximized and activated. If they slip up one bit, boy, I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry if they mess up, there'll be no hope for any live action rendition of any Avatar series. Animation, bring them forth. Bring them forth. But live action, in fact, I pity anyone who wants to jump on board to do certain live action renditions of really popular cartoons or animes. I also commend those who have done it well. I haven't even watched the One Piece live action yet, nor have I even watched the One Piece animation. I'm not in a hurry to do that yet. It's almost like someone saying they want to do a live action rendition of Attack on Titans. I don't know if they can pull that off. I don't know. Or live action rendition of Dragon Ball Z. We all know what happened when they did that one the first. That was, whoo, boy. So it's little things like that. I'm like, those experiences, even Mortal Kombat, even the first Mortal Kombat, I didn't mind that. I enjoyed that. That's a classic. The second one, I think this Mortal Kombat Annihilation, that was trash. And then the recent one that came out like how many years ago, the reboot one, the one where they replaced Johnny Cage with someone else and people didn't like that. That one had good and bad elements as well. It's one of those things where sometimes people, we the fans get worried that people are just rushing into this thing to make money. Whereas if you do it with love and you have money already to pump into it, it's a win-win for everyone. It's a win-win for everyone. So I'm not going to say I'm not looking forward to it, but there's no excitement. Like the trailer looks beautiful, but I'm not like hyped. Like compared to seeing or looking forward to seeing the Daredevil, no, Deadpool 3 with Wolverine. I'm excited for that because at least that one is going to be good enough. The second movie is good, but the first one is my favorite. The first one just worked well. The second one I didn't like because of the X-Force. No, not I didn't like the certain aspects of the second one I didn't like because of the misuse of the X-Force, and people were expecting it because yes, Deadpool is going to do a riff on them. They all died. I just found that corny. I found it corny. But since they're mentioning different cast members coming back, the X-Men cast, Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, and all other Easter eggs, multiversal stuff, parallel Earth stuff, yeah, for sure, I'm looking forward to that one. So in terms of comparing, to gauge when I'm saying what I'm looking forward to is a Deadpool 3 movie, because that you can't go wrong with that. It's either going to be as good as the second one or better, or as good as the first one or better. Either, I'm still going to watch it. I'm looking forward to that. Whereas the Avatar one, trailer looks beautiful, but I'm in neutral mode. Not like I don't want to see it. I'm looking forward. Just I'm here, because that way, if it sucks, I'm like, hey, I came in here and I'm good. That way, I'm like, nah, you didn't get me. You didn't sting me. I'm good. But I don't know. I think I might rewatch the animated series. And then what do you guys feel as well? You guys going to watch it as well? You guys looking forward to the live action rendition? I've heard talks that they're going to change a few things up. So certain episodes might blend together as one, maybe two episodes or aspects of each episode in the cartoon might be stacked together as one episode and so on and so forth. So those things I'm looking forward to seeing. But I want to get the sense of every character. Iroh, my God, classic characters like Iroh, boy, I don't know how they're gonna pull that off. The singing, the teething, the very relaxed, energy he had in the cartoon. So all those things, I'm like, you guys, better put a lot. Like the assassin with the third eye that he kept on doing that fireball thing from his third eye. You gotta. Then Sokka's humor. Is it Sokka or Sokka? Oh, if you cannot pull that off, boy, people will just destroy you. And sometimes there are things where it's like, yo, this thing works well as a cartoon. Don't bother tampering with it and do a live action thing. What M Night did, with his version, it makes sense when he says he didn't really do enough research or whatever. He just, from what I heard anyway, his daughter liked it and he saw watching it and he just jumped on it. You can tell, the outcome of what he did. You can tell, okay, there was no passion and love in this. Whereas this one looks like somebody said, let's not rush it. Hopefully, they paid attention to what M Night did, and because you want your money and you want people to watch your platform, don't repeat the same mistake M Night did. Although I've not heard any more talks about the original creators still sticking around with Netflix. I haven't seen any interviews with them saying they're looking forward to it or they were part of the process from beginning to end. I did hear a few things in the past where they dipped out because Netflix veered off the plan they agreed to. Boy, I'm even getting tired of this Netflix Hollywood nonsense these days because it's boring. Again, I know it's a business. You want to have people watching your platform. But at this point, if you keep doing back and forth nonsense and people are looking forward to a project or projects with certain actors and directors and storytellers and creators, and then you get us excited for these things. Then we hear or rumor says that the person or persons who was signed on to this project, who were the original creators of this so-so IP and whatnot, they've dipped out because Netflix decided to change. Those things bring a separation from us, the viewers, and between us and Netflix or any other platform like that, because you're not honoring the creativity. You it's like clickbait. You tell people we're looking to do this, we're working with the director, working with these actors. They too come on, they record their videos. Yes, we're excited with Netflix. We're going to team up and do this. And then all of a sudden, 2 weeks or 2 months after, creative differences, we've decided to go our separate ways. They were like, okay, so the project's not working anymore. Oh, no, Netflix is going to carry on doing the thing. We're just doing our own thing separately. So then there is a hint of worry, like, okay, well, if the original creator or creators aren't working with you guys, what version are you guys creating? Because you're copying an original thing. And now it looks like you want to put your spin on the original thing. That's a 50-50 gamble. You're gambling on the fact that we're going to watch the projects you guys have taken on board, even though you've left the original creators and doing your own thing. Then it's like, okay, well, how do we know you're going to stick to the authenticity of the original thing you took from the original? You're bound to lose at least 50% of your previous group of people who were on board 100% before, because now we've heard you left the original creators. Some of us will be like, well, we don't need to be here. If you've departed from their idea and plans you both agreed with or agreed upon before because you want to do your own thing, then we're like, well, we don't need to be here anymore. Why are we even watching your stuff? Because now we're hoping it's going to be epic. But now we're a little worried because you've left the creators. So now we're like, well, it might be shit if it comes out. And then we're left thinking, okay, well, 50-50. If you watch it and it's crap, or because we have that thing in our mind where you left the original creator, then we're already going with that critique mode. And we're not even open to receive what you finalized upon to enjoy it enough. Just like the Zack Snyder thing with the Rebel Moon. Oh, we're going to re-release director's cut, director's edition. Those things irritate me. It's like, just create the project. Get us hyped and excited, and then release the thing. 1 minute Netflix says we're working with this guy, and then they've changed their mind, or we're going to tone down the rating from rated R to rated this. But the original agreement was we're going to do rated R. You sign documents, you thumbs up, yep, rated R. Then midway something happens. Those things bore me, basically. I just prefer when a studio or company or whatever is announced and a project is announced. And yes, human nature, things change, people go their separate ways, but it still leaves us, the people who are paying for these platforms, hanging in limbo. The excitement that we come in with when you announce to us that you're going to release these projects or these movies or these shows and whatnot, it's peak. Only for us to then hear that you're deciding to separate from the original people, then say, okay, now we're like, eesh. I mean, I was going to unsubscribe before, but now you piqued our interest with these future projects to come, and now you're saying you're separating from the creators. We're left behind thinking, well, I can either unsubscribe, but I can still stick around and hope it's going to be good. I don't like that, carrot in your face thing. I just prefer if a studio was just ballsy enough to say, we're going to take on these projects. And yes, losing money potentially, it's a gamble potentially, but you could say any and every movie made, comedy, action, horror, thriller, it's all a gamble. And you hope it goes well. You could say every movie ever made is all a gamble, but I could also argue that you can listen to a story or see someone's storyboarding and you can tell, at least if you're savvy enough, or if, I don't know. I feel you can tell when you're listening to a good story or when you're observing a good concept on paper. And I feel you can still improve upon that concept when it comes to directing, casting, acting, and everything else, and production. And you could say, I see what you want to do here, but it could expand into this thing and that, and so on and so forth. So I feel it's not all a gamble. There is an aspect of excitement and potential, and also an aspect of this is a definite banger. This is definitely going to work. This is a great one-off movie, or this is a great potential for franchise, and not necessarily stringing the thing along, but letting it breathe enough to have multiple movies so you can enjoy all the journeys of each individual character or collective of different characters, a town, an ideology, so many things. So I don't feel everything when it comes to movies or production is a gamble. I still feel, yes, it is, but there are elements of, I can sense this is gold. Just by reading it, listening to it, it feels like it's definitely going to work. So it doesn't feel like a gamble. It feels like a journey, like, yeah, we're going to do this, and this is going to be epic. It's going to have a long lasting effect. Look at Star Wars, look at Star Trek, look at horror movies like Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street, what's the other one, Chucky. You could say all these things were gambles, but at least, like I said, you can just observe a thing and say, yo, that's going to work. That looks like it's going to be a thing that's going to last a long time, and people are going to reference it, pop culture, so on and so forth, memes, yada yada yada. People are going to come back to it, get inspired by it, of course. So anyway, that's my little video for the week. Neutral mode is activated for Avatar live action. Let me know about you guys. What do you guys feel? You guys going to see this? Of course you're going to see this. What I mean to say is, are you excited? Are you hyped? Are you looking forward to it? Or are you still feeling the sting from M. Night's nonsense that he released? And you like, even aside from M. Night's mistakes and flop, have you seen anything in the trailers, dialogue, graphics, or the way certain things are depicted where you're like, this one might not be as good as it should be or can be, or it's capable of being, but at least it looks like it's better than the M. Night one? Let a brother know in the comments. I have been your one and only host,
The Cosmic Jedi, signing out. It's good to be back.